All right, you guys, let's talk about this conclusion for our dystopian essay. If you take a look at the first step, you might want to grab your ELA notebook and open up to page 61. That's where we wrote our introduction and we have our thesis statement written there. Um, in order to start the conclusion, we're going to go back to the beginning. So our outline for our introduction, we talked about our thesis statement and we said we either do or do not live in a dystopian society because, and then you gave two reasons. So we're going to take this thesis statement from our introduction, but we're going to use one of these transition words. So here in these directions it says use one of the conclusion transition words from the right, these guys over here, to help you restate your thesis from your introduction. You can type it in this box here, or if you want to write it out in your ELA notebook, that's fine too. So just because this is easier, I'm going to write it here. So I can say, I'm going to use one of my transition words. So I can say, to sum up, we currently live in a dystopian society because children are not being taken care of, and what was another one that we said? Not children not being taken care of, and our environment is suffering. Okay, so I've just used my thesis statement that I used in my introduction and restated that. I don't have to do anything crazy here. Again, I'm just using one of the transition words to help my reader know that I'm wrapping up my essay. So that's step one. So if I go to the next slide with step two, I'm going to summarize the three main points that I have in my evidence collector. So this is just in 3 to 4 sentences. I'm going to basically sum up what I've stated in my 3 main body paragraphs, right? So again, I can type in this box or I can write in my ELA notebook. Doesn't matter to me what you do. It's not, if you've completed on here, then you'll turn it in. If you do it in your notebook, you can take a picture of it and show me what you've done. But so just in 3 to 4 sentences, I can say, we are not taking care of our youth. Whoa, it's been a while, I think, since I've been typing, so my fingers are a little squirrely. So we're not taking care of our youth. Our environment is, I don't want to use suffering again. I'm trying to restate, right? Or kind of rephrase what I've said. Our environment is hurting and not being looked after. We have I was going to say something about the kids like going to war. So we have let young people go to battle. And then maybe I want to put something up here. Some of the reasons why we live in a dystopian society are we are not taking care of our youth. And then maybe I want to add some other words in here like, so many children are homeless, right? So I can add in some extra, some clarifying sentences or extra descriptions in here if I wanted to. But just kind of keep it brief. It doesn't need to be your whole essay typed over again, but I can restate what my 3 main reasons are from that evidence collector that we have or from your 3 body paragraphs. And then let's take a look at step 3. Step 3 says end with a strong closing statement. So what do I want my readers to remember? What do I want to leave in their mind? I could select a different hook. We talked about these guys at the beginning in our introduction, and you used one of these in your introduction. So if you used one in your introduction, you could use a different one in your conclusion. So here again, the directions say you can use one of the hook ideas from the right, these guys here, important statement, anecdote, question, or quote. Or you can leave the reader with a final thought about your idea of living in a dystopian society. So it doesn't have to be one of those four. It can be, or you can come up with your own. So again, right here or right in your notebook. So I'm going to type here so I can say, I might end with maybe this question. So I like this question. What can we do to fix our broken world? So I might say something like, living in a dystopian society is horrendous. What can we do to fix our broken world? Right? Okay. So now that I have those 3 steps completed, then take a look at this 5th slide. It says put all 3 elements together to create your conclusion paragraph, right? So you can type that paragraph here, which would basically be taking each of these that I typed, and I can copy and paste them here, right? That's easy enough. Oops. Okay, so then there's my conclusion paragraph. Or if you've written it in your ELA notebook, upload a picture of your writing here. So take a picture of your notebook and then upload that there. Either way is fine. And then submit these slides, right? So you might want to read over this. This is, again, is just our rough draft. So if this is not perfect, right, when you go to do your final draft tomorrow, make sure that you've read this out loud. Have somebody else in your household read it for you. Something along those lines, just to help you know that you're confident in what you're turning in. All right, send me a message on Remind or on Canvas if you have questions, and hopefully this helps. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.